Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Saltcast. We're back with, I think this is our 4th episode now. I'm your host, Alex. I'm here with my co-hosts, Bert and Sebastian.
Yo.
Yeah, everybody say hello again. We're back.
Finally.
Yeah.
Not only are we back, but I actually have my setup complete now.
I know, my setup is a lot better. I'm no longer sitting on a beach chair. I have an actual desk and not a folding little table.
And our last one I recorded on an iPad. Now I'm using a computer.
Yeah. So we're moving up in the world. We're moving up in the world. And Bert has moved down.
Bert's moved down.
Yeah. I lost a monitor. I lost internet speed.
At least you have a monitor.
Upload speed's down too.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's rough.
Not to mention his morale with all that school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rough existence.
Math sucks.
So episode 4 we're going to be talking, we have a lot of things that we're going to talk about. Pretty similar to our last episode, kind of like the layout and everything. We have the news and updates that we're going to go through. We've all seen Grand Turismo. We're going to give our thoughts on that.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Let's see. We have a Baldur's Gate segment that we're going to talk about. Baldur's Gate, we just started playing that. So we'll give
We're not that far in, but
we'll give some initial thoughts. Yeah. We're not giving like an in-depth analysis of a game or a review. We have not played enough, but
we'll probably give
our
updates
2-hour
though as
review.
we're continuing.
Yeah, we'll definitely give updates as we continue, but we got the Baldur's Gate segment and we've got a Marvel segment, a MCU segment that we're going to go through. Yeah, so I think we can kind of get started. What's new and what's going on? What do you guys got?
I mean, Overwatch 2 turns out it's the worst reviewed game of ever.
Ever.
It's
What do you mean?
Honestly,
I did actually hear that too.
it's not a surprise. I've played Overwatch 1 since in 2016. That time.
Okay, Overwatch 1 was good for a while.
It was.
And
then
I
Overwatch
don't know
2
a
came
lot
out.
about. I've played Overwatch, but I don't really know. I don't understand how there can be a 2.
Well, here's the problem with Overwatch 2. Bert, you know
So what
more
happened
than me.
with Overwatch 2 was, so when Overwatch 1 was out and Overwatch 2 was announced, they were like, Overwatch 2 is going to have a story. It's going to have a skill tree for your
Campaign.
characters, campaign.
Yeah.
It's a different
like a whole
game.
level up system and everything.
And they were like, we're going to revamp the PvP. We're going to change it. We're going to get rid of 2CP, which is just like a game mode, which was everyone hated.
They took away a person per team for some reason.
Yeah. So in Overwatch 1, it's a 6v6, and then Overwatch 2, it's a 5v5. And then, but then they were like, we won't get rid of Overwatch 1. You'll still be able to connect and play in Overwatch 1.
Guess what they did though?
So, exactly. And then when Overwatch 2 came out, they were like...
They got rid of Overwatch 1.
Exactly. They just basically gave Overwatch 1 a huge update. Got rid of anything fun of the game. They got rid of
Took out a few
6v6.
characters.
They didn't take out characters. They just...
Yeah, there were characters that got so broken they were out for months.
Oh,
like
yeah. But that happens. That just is part of the game. They'll
Having
they'll,
unplayable
buff someone.
characters in your game is just, it's just a gameplay mechanic.
They'll update a character and then they'll break the character and they'll
I get what you
panic
mean, yeah.
and then just make it so they can't people can't.
Yeah, they'll just take
it.
them out of the game for months.
Yeah,
That's hard to do with games that are introducing new characters or I guess
no,
another
but it's
example.
old characters that they
Yeah.
break.
Oh, what the hell?
so every once in a while a character will get a completely new moveset.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And-
This happens when we play Smite, or we used to play Smite. That would happen in Smite a lot. Characters would come into the game,
Yeah, but they don't take them out.
Or they'll,
Usually
change-
those characters end up being way too good and you just get bodied by them.
Or
Yeah,
they'll
and
change
then everybody
the
mains them.
accuracy,
Yeah, they
the
change
spread of a bullet
numbers.
for someone. Yeah, they'll break number.
Oh, wow.
They'll change a number that's super small, but it actually matters.
Yeah, basically Overwatch 2 is they added a couple new maps, maybe 4 or 5 or something like that. I think 3 new heroes, and then they called it Overwatch 2 and never actually released that single player skill tree stuff, and then canceled it a few months later.
It gets better.
Dang.
So in Overwatch 1, the way, like, so you were like, there was microtransactions in that game, but
yeah,
you would buy coins that you'd use to buy
the loot box. That's where it came from.
Like you would buy loot boxes, like you would buy coins that you'd use to buy loot boxes, and then the loot boxes were like purely cosmetic stuff. Like it was stuff that didn't matter. Like
okay, that I don't mind as much. It's still annoying, but I don't mind it as much.
Exactly, it was cosmetics. It's whatever. But then in Overwatch 2, they introduced a store and a season pass and made the game free to play. So there's 2 new characters that have come out since Overwatch 2 has been released, and I don't have either of them because I refuse to buy the battle pass, and I don't play the game enough to unlock them.
Also, Overwatch 1 was $40, and when Overwatch 2 came out, they just shut down Overwatch 1 and gave you nothing in Overwatch 2.
Yeah, they let you carry your cosmetics over that you earned from playing, but now you can't even earn cosmetics anymore. Or you can, but it's like not the same.
But the main thing about it, I think the reason the reviews dropped so low now, even though it's been out for a while, is because like a month-ish ago, they just recently announced we're no longer doing that thing that we said is the reason it was worth making a sequel.
Yeah, because
the skill tree is canceled, single player canceled, campaign canceled.
Well, because Overwatch 2 came out, it was meant to be like a PvP like expansion.
PvE.
No. So initially when it launched, they were like, here's the PvP. We have the PvP done. Take it.
Yeah.
Play with it, because they kept delaying the game.
Yes.
So then they announced that we're no longer working on the PvE stuff, and then that's when people got mad because I was only playing Overwatch 2 still because I thought there was a campaign coming. The second I heard there wasn't, I stopped playing.
And that was like their reason for like everyone was always like, why are you making Overwatch 2 instead of just updating Overwatch 1 if it's just some new maps and heroes? And they're like, well, there's this big PvE thing.
Yeah, they released what PvE stuff they had, but you have to buy it. So it's like, I'm not going to buy an incomplete project.
Gotcha.
Because they have events that are basically campaign missions. So I can just do that.
Okay, I got you.
Unfortunately.
What else is going on? Let's keep it in like the game universe since we started with that.
That was about it for me.
There's some big Halo news lately. It's all leaks, but I consider this very bad news. Basically, there's been leaks and rumors, so could be false, could be true, but it's from people that have gotten a lot of things right recently with like Halo Infinite leaks and stuff.
Like credible leakers or whatever.
Apparently, they're considering rebooting Halo. So they're saying Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, ODST, Reach, none of those are canon anymore, they're saying.
Oh, so
that would be horrible if they did that. I would hate that.
Doctor Who did in The Timeless Child. And it was like, get fucked.
Yeah, so basically all the good parts of Halo and even the like recent bad ones, none of it will be canon. Allegedly, none of it will be canon anymore. Every book, every comic, every game could be rebooted. The community is going pretty wild right now. A lot of people are saying, please no, the only reason I still play Halo is because I love the lore of the original trilogy. Now, like, they're like, now we're not even going to have that, so, like,
yeah, that's
why
horrible.
would I care about the
universe?
universe?
Like player-based suicide.
It does, so hopefully it is not true, or if it is true, hopefully they see this backlash and they don't do it.
It's like Sonic.
Yeah. And the good thing is they can be like, oh, we were never, even if they were thinking that, they could be like, we never, that was just a rumor. It's not true.
It was a leak. It's not true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, could be
I would hate
potential tragedy for Halo.
What I like most about the Halo is the original trilogy and the lore and everything about that. I even read like,
some of the books.
Yeah. You know, something funny was I saw that when that happened, when like these leaks leaked and like we're starting to gain some traction and get big, the original Halo games on MCC's population like boosted a lot.
That is
wow. Okay.
Bad news for Halo.
Are they going to reboot the TV show too then?
I don't think so. The TV show is like in its own universe. Hopefully
that's
that
not
doesn't
canon?
become.
I thought it was canon.
No, it's not canon. Thank God.
Do
you know what happens in that TV show? Have you seen any of it?
I think I saw like one episode, but I don't really
Do you know
remember.
how Reach is destroyed? It's ridiculous.
I know
No,
Master
I
Chief
don't.
never wears his helmet.
But Reach is destroyed because Chief fucks an alien, and he's like, "Hey, meet me on Reach." That's how it's destroyed.
No way.
Chief
Yeah.
destroyed Reach over some pussy.
Pretty
Oh my
much.
goodness.
He goes, "Hey, meet me on Reach next time," or something like that.
Wow.
And that's what happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's bad.
Chief could.
It's a terrible
Oh
show.
my god, that is the worst thing I've ever heard. As far as Halo is
Technically,
concerned.
she's not an alien. Also, doesn't make any sense in the lore. It's a human in the Covenant. For some reason, he tells her to meet him on Reach, and she just brings the whole squad.
Wow. Yeah, that's bad. Thank God that's not canon.
Well, it might be if they reboot. They might go, "This is the new canon."
That would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not. What else do I have for news? Bert was talking about Overwatch 2. Did you guys know that Baldur's Gate 3, though, is the best reviewed PC game of all time?
I do now.
Wow.
That doesn't
Not
surprise
just
me.
on Steam, of
That's-
all PC.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so two different sides of that one. It's so
Yeah, for
good.
real.
You guys have seen the controversy stuff where people are all like,
Yeah, game studios like
this can't, this, yeah, they're like, this is not, this is an anomaly of a game. You should not expect this as the new standard.
Yeah, like you're making you're hurting the industry by making players expect too much and all that stuff.
Your
That's
games
insane.
are too good.
Your game's too good. You need to make it more shitty. Yeah, that's crazy. Man, best PC game best reviewed PC game of all time. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's like a 98 point something.
I mean, we haven't played long enough to
Overwatch
really
is like
know.
less than 1, I think.
Wow.
Honestly,
Yeah, we haven't
it
played
deserves-
it. We haven't played
deserves worse.
Baldur's Gate long enough to really know if that
We'll get more in depth.
ranking
on it
is
later.
warranted, but I'm impressed so far. So we're on a good track.
I have one more gaming news thing. I have some other news, but one more in gaming. There was a DLC released for Shredder's Revenge.
Oh, wow. Oh, really?
That's cool.
Yeah, it came out a day or two ago.
Is it paid
like-
DLC?
Yeah, I think so. I don't actually know, but I think it is. Anyways, they added Karai. I don't know if you know who that is.
I do.
So they added
Isn't
Karai.
that like Leo's side piece?
That is, at least in the 2003 show, it's Shredder's daughter.
I know her as his granddaughter, but yeah, Shredder.
Oh, it might be
relation to Shredder,
granddaughter
yeah.
actually. And then yeah, usually she's like an equal to Leo, and that's how that goes. And then also, man, I wish I knew the name. Some rabbit from, I think he's from something else though.
Oh, I know who
It's
you're
like
talking about.
Samurai Rabbit.
Yeah. He's in the comics. I know who you're talking about. I don't know the name either.
And then like the main focus of it, it's a wave based thing. So you like load in and you survive waves is pretty much how it works. And then you get like different perks and updates and stuff. So like you beat a wave, then there's this modifier on, like you have different speed or you have more damage this round, something like that.
Is that rabbit a actual, what's it called? Is he a part of the TMNT universe, or is he from a different thing, like a different?
I thought he was
property?
from something else, but
So I'm looking at the Steam page for the DLC.
it's $8.99.
Yeah.
right? No, $7.99. Sorry,
$7.99, and then the rabbit
Soggy,
is Soggy, and then Karai.
Karai,
Oh, okay.
we know that one. But yeah, it's basically like a wave clearing thing, which is
Couple
cool.
across
You know,
dimensions.
a horde mode thing. Yeah.
That does seem.
And I
cool.
saw-
cool.
I saw a cool thing where like there's this one power up you can get. I watched like the trailer for it where you get to like be Shredder for a second, Super Shredder.
Oh, that's sick.
That is cool.
Yeah, we should try that out.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
That's all my gaming news. I have some news on other things, but...
All right, I have some... Let's see here. I have some TV news.
Me too.
The Ahsoka series just started a couple weeks ago. I think they're on episode 3 right now. I've seen all 3.
I've heard mixed things.
I've seen all 3 episodes, and so far I like it a lot. I think it's pretty good. I think it's up there with The Mandalorian, I think.
Really?
It depends on the ending, though. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they're setting up, and a lot of things that they're pulling from like Legends canon, which is like the non-canon stuff, or it was canon, but then they uncanonized it. It's like from some of like the books
Disney.
and the comics, like the
Halo's
Force Unleashed.
Future.
Yeah,
Basically.
the Force Unleashed game, like that's considered
love
Legends.
those.
So there's a bunch of everybody is excited. They hope that like Star Killer's going to be in it. I don't know if he is.
He's too broken.
They're hoping for
Yeah,
him.
didn't he
They're
like
hoping
pull
for,
the Death Star out of the sky or something?
Yeah, no, not the Death Star, but he pulled like a ship out of the sky.
He pulled us like a Star
crazy.
Destroyer out of orbit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, he's OP. Sam Witwer, the guy that voiced him, they're hoping like he has a credit in all of the episodes so far as a voice actor, but we haven't seen who he is yet. But that does happen a lot. He does have credits in a bunch of other Star Wars projects for like minor characters and like just random droids or random aliens. He'll voice them. So nobody's sure if he's actually a character that's going to be in the show or if he's just another like throwaway character or something. But it would
Like
be pretty
Gara's
cool if he...
voice actor in every Fallout game.
Yeah, but it would be pretty cool if he was Star Killer or somebody actually in the show.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, he also
Even
voiced...
if not Star Killer, just someone of importance.
Yeah, he also voiced Darth Maul in the Clone Wars series, the animated series.
Oh, wow.
He was really
did
good as
that,
Darth Maul.
Like Kenobi, that really good one.
Yes, that's him. The Kenobi scream. That's him. And he is a huge Star Wars fan and like nerd and knows all the lore and everything. And he like got the job, or so they say, because he corrected something that Dave Filoni, the creator of Clone Wars, was doing. And he was like, actually, that doesn't make sense because Darth Maul did this, this, or that. And they're like, you're hired.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so he's a super fan, and he's really beloved in the community, and I like him a lot too. So hopefully he's in the Ahsoka series.
I think I saw like I think it was like a panel or something where everyone was just dying for him to do the Kenobi scream. So he like stood on stage and just yelled Kenobi to everyone.
I've seen that too. Yeah, he's so good. Ahsoka's probably my favorite Star Wars character, so I'm biased a little bit. I like the show a lot, just because
for me,
of her.
she's second. Anakin is my favorite, but Anakin, not Vader.
I never watched the show.
Which show?
Clone Wars.
Oh, Clone Wars is so good. You need to watch.
Clone Wars does not start off good though.
No, well, it ages with its audience. So it starts off like for kids, and then it eventually ages with the audience, and it gets more serious and more mature.
Like Naruto.
Yeah, but Clone Wars is really good. Clone Wars is really, really good. And then Rebels
is
good too. Rebels is pretty good.
I haven't seen Rebels.
There's a lot of references in Ahsoka about Rebels. There's a bunch of Rebels characters that are in the show that you wouldn't know if you didn't see Rebels.
Then I probably won't watch it just because I don't want to watch Rebels. I'm not I like Star Wars, but I'm not like huge into Star Wars.
Me too. I'm a casual
big
fan.
Star Wars fan.
Me too.
I think I'm slightly above casual. I know like the stuff that's going on, and I know like every character.
I see.
So
What I am a huge fan of, though, is Naruto. And Naruto is in, like, a prime spot right now. Like, they're just going on their hiatus between part 3 and 4 of, like, the series. So, Boruto 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hype. It's so good. I don't want to spoil anything because I know both of you are, like, way back there. And you're going to catch up eventually.
Well, I'm in Boruto at least.
Yeah. Point is, it's so hype. It's so good right now. And we're right now in hiatus. I think it's supposed to pick up in October, November, something like that. But we just recently had, they call it Naruto Top 99, where they voted out the top 99 characters that people liked. So it was like a worldwide poll. Everyone voted for characters that they liked for the 20th anniversary of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me about this.
Don't they make that number one character?
Well, hold on. So what happened was they took the top, I believe it was 20 characters, and the writer/artist did an art piece of the top 20 characters all in one. So he like drew out this really cool art thing. But then the character he really wanted to be included was voted 22nd. So he's like, I'm going to include him anyways, but I can't include him and not 21st. So I'll add 21st too. So it's actually an art drawing, of the top 22 characters all in one thing. And it looks so cool.
That is pretty cool. I need to find it.
But then the point was the winner of it was supposed to get a one-shot manga. I think it's called like a short story or something. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know the terms very well. In
comics, it's called a one-shot. If it's just a one-off story.
But it's a little bit longer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
One-shots tend to be
like an OVA longer. Or whatever?
Kind of, but longer.
Okay.
It would come out to about 4 or 5 episodes if it was adapted.
All right.
Anyways, though, I'm going to try and explain this in the least spoiler way possible, because one of you is like so far back. So basically, 4th Hokage won the vote. He is the one that won. And for a long time, this one shot's already out, so we already know what it's about. But what happened was people were speculating what it's supposed to be about. And they're like, well, if it's the 4th Hokage, it's going to have to take place, obviously, before part 1 of Naruto, because he's dead before the show starts.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to go back. We're going to get to see a bunch of characters that aren't around anymore, or characters we don't even know.
Like
we're going to get to see more about the 4th Hokage, and we did. And I've read through it, and it's so good. They're supposed to possibly be adapting it into anime, which is going to be super cool. But what it's about, I don't know if you remember this from watching the show. I know Bert has seen this part. I'm pretty sure you haven't, though. They mention as Naruto is learning the Rasengan, which is like his main move, that it was developed by the 4th Hokage. So this one shot is about how he developed it.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, which is pretty cool to see how like the most used jutsu.
It's the most integral.
Shadow clones might be used more. It's 50-50. I think the Rasengan is probably used more, but it's definitely his most important. It's definitely his best jutsu is the Rasengan. To see like how he made it, pretty cool, pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of
great
cool
story. I hope they adapt it into an anime. Besides that, also for the 20th anniversary, they announced that there was going to be 4 new episodes of Naruto, original Naruto with them as kids, canon episodes that were supposed to come out tomorrow, the first one, and they just got delayed. So, unfortunately.
Until when?
Unknown.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that, who knows what it's going to be about. The big theories are reanimation of the Chunin exams is what people are thinking.
I've seen that.
Possibly the final arc of part 1, which I won't say the name of it because it gives away what happens. But either the Chunin exams or the final arc is what people are thinking it's going to be reanimated.
They should just make a Rock Lee show.
There's a spinoff.
Part 1 of Naruto is basically Rock Lee's story.
Yeah, like that's why I'm never going to finish it, because I only like Rock Lee.
Don't you want to see what happens to him? If you've only seen the Chunin exams, then right now he's bodied for you.
You guys have the same
he's
eyebrows.
kind of like crippled now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's it for Naruto news. Basically, current Naruto is hype. Hopefully these episodes come out soon. Boruto picks up in a month or 2.
Okay, cool. One more TV thing. The Walking Dead spin-offs, those just released recently. The The Walking Dead, Dead City.
Is that the Daryl Carroll one?
No, that's the Negan and Maggie one.
Oh, okay. I prefer the Daryl Carroll.
Well, Daryl Carroll is not a thing anymore. It's just Daryl.
Yeah, doesn't he go to Europe?
Yeah, he goes to Europe.
See that, yeah.
Yeah, that's really all I know about the Daryl one. But Dead City looks pretty good so far, apparently. I haven't seen it, but...
with John Winchester.
People like it. Yeah.
You know what's crazy about him? He looks older in season 1 of Supernatural than he does in The Walking Dead. How is that possible?
I don't know. But yeah, you're right.
57.
Yeah, season 1 of I guess season 2 he's in more. Either way, it's like 2005. And he looks older.
His name's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, by the way. But
no,
he's
John
like 50,
Winchester.
He's 57 now. And Daryl, Norman Reedus is like 54.
Damn.
But yeah, those two shows I'm kind of excited for. I'm a fan of the Walking Dead universe and everything. I liked how the final season ended and all that. They announced a Rick and Michonne show. Also,
that has gone so all over the place. It was
it used to be
a trilogy of movies. Then it was supposed to be one movie. Now it's a show.
Now they're saying it's going to be a show for like AMC Plus or something. But
that's a thing, AMC Plus.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's how you got to watch all the Walking Dead stuff.
All
now.
cable
AMC
companies
Plus.
have their own.
It's not on Netflix anymore.
Subscription services now.
The main series is on Netflix, but none of the spin-offs are.
Usually it just came like a year after the seasons would end.
Yeah, I mean the final season's on Netflix and all of the other ones, but none of like the spin-offs are. Like Fear of the Walking Dead's not on there. None of the new ones are going to be on there.
Or
it used to be. I don't think it's on there anymore.
That's crazy. There's too many of these things. The only one I care about is Crunchyroll these days, and then I occasionally hop into Netflix for Stranger Things. And
I love Stranger Things.
Oh,
that's it.
I watched on Netflix the Ragnarok show. Season 3 of that came out. It was actually.
I don't know what that is.
It's
I'm
this
not sure
Norwegian
what that is either.
Adaptation of the events of Ragnarok, which is like the Norse mythology. It was pretty good.
Gotcha.
Sounds interesting.
I won't go too much into it.
What else do I got? This is like personal news. I started a Letterboxd account. I don't know if you guys know what Letterboxd is.
I don't.
Nope.
Letterboxd is really cool. I've heard about it for years, and I've always thought it was cool, but I never actually made an account. But I made an account now, and basically, Letterboxd is like a movie fan like review site platform. They have an app too. You can download it on your phone, and basically, it's got like a huge catalog of like every movie ever. It's got foreign films. It's got everything you can think of. And the UI is pretty easy. It's simple to use. You have like the films that you've seen. So once you see a film come up in like the feed or like you're just scrolling through reading about stuff, you click on the film. It takes you to that film's page. You can hit like this I've watched it button. You can give it a rating out of 5 stars, and then you can write your own review about it. And then it goes into like your library of reviews and films that you've seen and everything. It's pretty cool.
So it's just like
it's like my anime list.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that too.
Hey, it's funny? I just made a my anime list as well.
Wow, this is perfect timing then. You guys should make a Letterboxd account, and then I'll make a my anime account list.
Yeah, you should. The my anime list thing took me so long though, because I've seen so many shows. The Letterboxd will probably take me forever too, because I've seen a lot of movies.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to review like every single movie I've ever seen. Like I'll go
start
through
doing
and,
it
like,
from here on.
Yeah, like I'll do like some recent ones, and then obviously I'll have like my
tops.
favorites that I want to review and stuff.
You could do a my anime list easy though, since you've not seen many.
Yeah, you can start it.
Yeah,
early,
that would be a great one to start.
Be perfect.
Yeah, I think I probably will do that because I like the idea of the writing the reviews and everything, and we talk about most of the movies that we see, but we see a lot of movies and we watch a lot of different content. So if anybody ever wants to see more of our opinions, this is a good way to do it.
And the cool thing about my anime list is that you can have it like show exactly what episode you're on too.
Oh, that's cool. But the whole Letterboxd community and everything is pretty cool. There's different like tiers that you can get. I just got the free one, but there's like I I forget what it's called. It's like a plus version and then a patron version of it. That's like the top one. And then you just get like, I'm not really sure what you get. You get other features, but
I'll look at it.
Probably helps
free
you
one's
get more
good
traffic.
enough. Yeah, something like that. But you can interact with other people on the platform, and you can comment on their reviews. You can look at their reviews. You can see like people's lists and everything. Oh, that's another thing that I just reminded myself of. You can create lists. So like you can make a
horror movie list. Or
yes, top horror movies list. You can do best superhero movies of all time
like
list.
Playlist for Spotify.
Yes, you can do all kinds of lists, and you can order them and
I think you can do that on
them.
My Anime List too by like anime genre.
It's pretty cool. So that should be some homework that we all do. You guys should make a Letterboxd account, and I'll make a My Anime List.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, and then
I'm just gonna add like my favorites and then continue from now. I'm not gonna like go into my deep mind and think of things to add that I haven't seen in years.
No, yeah, that's how I'm kind of going with my what's it called?
Letterboxd?
Yeah, the Letterboxd thing, because I just have so many movies, but yeah.
But you've only got 1 1/4 anime.
I wouldn't even say a quarter.
You've seen where up to the tuning?
I've seen half of Spy Family.
I think after the next arc, you're like halfway. So
yeah, I don't know. I've seen like half of Spy Family.
Oh, I was talking about Naruto.
Yeah, but anyway, Letterboxd and My Anime List, and then when we create those accounts, we'll share them.
We'll link them in the things from now on.
Yeah, we'll share them and link them, and we'll mention it again. So
speaking of movies,
look out for that if you want more of our opinions.
Speaking of movies, I just thought of this. Sorry, did you guys see the FNAF movies coming out?
I did, and I will not see it.
I am so excited to see it.
What kind of movie is that?
You know, Five Nights at Freddy's?
It's a horror comedy.
Oh, okay, horror comedy. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't like horror movies. I'm not a big horror movie person.
It's about
I love horror movies,
but
I hate Five Nights at Freddy's. It's such a shitty game. It's not fun.
The lore
like
is
a little
insane.
Scary, I guess. The lore does get wild, but it's just not fun.
I think it's cool because like the first game is pretty basic.
It was a joke at first, but then when it caught on, they started actually trying.
Yeah, and then they got good. Like the new one, the one where you're like in like the Chuck E. Cheese.
I've only played
good.
one of them.
The free roam one's good. I played.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never played any of these.
Yeah, I used to
They're
play
not
it
good.
on a tablet when I was younger. Like I had like that mobile version of it.
It's basically one of those games where like when you're looking at them, they don't move, and then when you're not looking, they come to life.
Kinda.
Oh, I got you.
That's what.
It's like
Pretty much.
You have to keep track of these like animatronics that are trying to kill you.
Yeah, you're like in a Chuck E. Cheese or something.
You're in a second.
Yeah, I get the concept.
And you like have to shut a door to make sure they don't kill you, and then you have to balance power.
Sure.
I get it.
It's cool. The lore is really what I find interesting about it. I'm just excited to see it in a movie because the trailer, the animatronics look really good.
It does look like not cheap, which I thought it would.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited for it. What about you?
I don't have any news left. We'll move sections now. Recently, all of us, I don't know when Bert went. I went like maybe a week ago now to see Grand Turismo.
I went like maybe 2 days after you.
It
was pretty...
So, little less than a week. We've all seen it. We have been getting ready for this to kind of make like our main section. Not main section, but this is like the movie that we're talking about.
Yeah, this is the movie review for the week. Or for the episode.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, Gran Turismo is the Forza of PlayStation. It's the exclusive racing game of PlayStation. It's like of racing games, the two that are the most popular. You have Gran Turismo and you have Forza. Now, this movie is about a true story, mildly, I'd say a little bit more than mildly changed. It's definitely exaggerated a bit, and some things are switched around in time. So basically, when Grand Turismo, they had some new one coming out or something, they started this thing where they would have people that were really good at the game compete against each other. They'd take the top few people of the game, put them through like this school type training thing that would be helping them to become real race car drivers, and then see if they can compete against people in actual races
with real cars. And
yeah, obviously real cars.
Yeah, and then like the main character, the main guy, Jan Martinborough,
something like
Forget
that,
his
something
last name.
Burrow,
something like that. Yeah, but he's the whole focus of the story, and it's like his whole like it's basically his origin story.
Yeah. So I would say that this was, let me think real quick. Yeah, I think this was a top 3 movie of the year for me. I think it's my third.
Yeah. Okay.
I really liked it a lot. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but this movie gave me that exact same feeling I had when watching the newer Top Gun movie. Just like so much suspense all the time.
Yeah, this movie, you're literally like tensed up like 90% of the time through it. Like
I am not a
relax
racing
the
fan.
entire time. And then you finish the movie. Yeah, you finish the movie and you're like, oh man, I'm tired. Like I felt physically tired after watching that movie.
It was, to me, it was like the exact same feeling as watching Top Gun. And you know what's weird is I expected it to be a lot more cringe because it's like, oh, this video game thing. I thought they were going to go hard on the like trying to be a gamer movie, which usually those end up just being super cringe and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't cringe at all. It was great. I loved it all around. They have Hopper from Stranger Things. What's his name? David Harbour.
But he's a good actor.
Yeah, David Harbour.
At least he was good in Grand Turismo.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he was like good at doing stuff other than being Hopper.
He's good. I love David Harbour. He's Red Guardian in Black Widow
agree.
also.
He was great. He was really good.
I didn't see that movie.
And also, Orlando Bloom, I think, killed it as well.
Yeah, he's not as big of a part of it, but he's good too. The cast is all pretty good. Even the guy that plays Jan is really good. Like he kind of like has to earn it in the beginning. Like I was kind of like skeptical about him, but he delivers, and then he has a good performance.
Yeah, at first I thought he was like a cringe gamer that was like, leave me alone, Dad, and just let me play video games.
But it was good. I loved it. It was, I'd say it was my third of the year.
Wow, you have
just
it way
below.
Up there.
I mean, yeah, it was great. For me, it's just below Ninja Turtles.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
I mean, it's a valid statement, I feel like, because I thought the movie was pretty good too. Like, it was refreshingly good. I'm not a huge fan of racing, but I was invested in the races.
I don't know. Maybe it was bad if you know a lot about racing. I don't know anything about racing.
Yeah, I don't
know anything about the game Gran Turismo. But I liked the movie. Maybe if you're like an actual car guy, you're like, that's stupid.
I feel like if they were pushing the accuracy of the simulator, like that was kind of the whole point of the movie, was sort of, in a way, was showing how accurate this game is. So,
I don't think that was the point of the movie at all.
Well, like,
I don't.
No, but like they were like that was an important part of the movie.
That was the point of Orlando Bloom's character, what he was trying to show.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
So, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought now.
Well, anyway, the whole movie kind of centers around the, like, you have to chase the things that you want to do in life and whatever makes you the most happy. Like, it's a great story about determination and grit and just chasing your dreams. And even though other people don't always believe in you, still being able to, like, have the strength to be isolated and, like, kind of be, like, on your own and just be chasing something. So, like, I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it. it has a lot of heart. Like, there's a lot of things that like really make you feel good when you're watching it. And like, I think people will be able to relate because everybody has something that they're like chasing, and not always do you get the support from like your friends and your family and everybody. So it'll relate with a lot of people.
I think it was cool how he was like, once he was given the opportunity to prove himself, he went fully invested himself into it. Like, even like at the school when he was learning how to drive, like, he was working out, he was trying to get physically fit, he was putting in the effort.
He was working out.
Yeah, well, I mean, racing is like no joke. Those guys are real athletes. Like, that's things that they have to be able to do physically.
That was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Racers are for real.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's not easy.
All I'm saying is check the movie out. Very good. I give it an 8 out of 10. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. I didn't give it that high of a score, but I really loved it. What did I have written down about it that I wanted to talk about? Oh, the one scene that I really liked that I wanted to mention, when he is getting ready for like that final race, the like 24-hour race at the end. You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't know that was a thing. That was insane. So cool.
Yeah, did you know that concept of just racing for 24 hours is crazy. Like, they had 3 or 4 different racers, and they would just switch out.
It was 3 on a team. Yeah. Did you know that exists? Either of you?
I
feel like I heard about it, but I didn't know about it.
I did not know that exists. That's insane. A 24-hour race, so 3 people. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
what I thought was cool about that, though. Yeah, seriously. I thought it was cool, though, that they brought back like the other virtual racers.
Yeah, that was cool. Because in the movie, they said that they went on to like the minor leagues.
Yeah, so that was cool that you got to see them come back at the end and actually, like, you know, I'm sure they got something out of it too.
Oh, yeah.
And then like the one rude racer was actually nice in the end.
Oh, the guy from Immortals of Avium / Never Have I Ever.
Mm-hmm.
I like that part because when you're going through something like that's difficult and hard, like, I mean, when you play a sport, I think you can relate to it too a lot because you're just around a bunch of people and some of them are assholes and you don't like any of them. But then, like, you do all kind of respect each other in the end just because even if you don't fuck with anybody, you still respect them because you've all, like, gone through the same thing and you know how hard it is. And so if you're still standing at the end, even if you don't like somebody, as a person, you still kind of, like, give them their respect and you're cool with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that part's kind of relatable.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Great flick.
But the scene I was talking about, the one towards the end during that race when his dad shows up at the end and he's there for his
he shows him the sticker.
Yeah, that scene was awesome. So good. I feel like the whole theater was like trying to not cry when that was going on.
I was choking up.
Yeah, that one puts a knot in your throat for sure. His dad comes in.
You know what
his dad comes in and basically is like, yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. Like, I never believed in you and all of that. And he tells him how
that he was proud of him.
Yeah, that he's proud of him. And then his Jan shows him the helmet with the sticker of the football team that his dad used to play for. Well, I say football, but it's soccer.
And that's important to the dad. Like, they brought it up the whole.
Yeah, he was a professional soccer player, and so Jan had the soccer team's logo on his helmet from the very beginning. And he tells his dad, "I'm proud of you." So it was pretty cool. The whole father-son relationship is really good in the whole movie.
My favorite.
Yeah,
scene
it was awesome.
Was when.
Yeah, I love that scene. The other thing, the other scene I really liked towards the end, once they where did they finish in that race? I don't remember.
The finish line.
Well, yeah, but what place?
Third.
Okay. So
because they needed to podium to keep his license.
Yeah, you're right. So they get their third place finish, and the whole crew is like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we just won!" And David Harbour's character, the coach.
Can I say something real quick? Because it's about that part.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's my favorite scene of the whole movie when he crosses the finish line and David Harbour just like collapses to the ground.
He fucking did it.
Like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Man, but that feeling, if you've never experienced that feeling, it's the craziest thing. You're just like in shock. Like your whole body doesn't even know how to react. Like you're on such a high and it's just like, everything in the world it just freezes, and you're like, how the fuck did I even just get to this part, to this moment? And like I think they just did a really good job of like portraying that, the actors and everything that was going on.
The reactions and the way people collapsed.
You're just like in shock of the whole thing.
Can we go around? Does everyone have a moment like that? Can we all say one? Does everyone? I don't know if you guys have one.
I have a few moments like
Your
that.
Your life
yeah.
sucks.
I have one. Any.
What's yours?
You would remember if it happened, Bert.
Yeah. Then no.
You have two, so you go first, then I'll go, then you go again.
I'm trying to think if I actually have two. I know I have one for sure right off the top of my head. I guess I'll start with that one.
Think about it this hard. Obviously, you don't have to.
Yeah, I know mine.
Okay, well, mine is I was in Spain for a basketball.
I've been there.
For European basketball summer league, trying to play professionally and everything. And at the end of the camp, it's like a 2-month long thing where we were there, and you're in Spain by yourself. Well, you came with me, Sebastian, but
yeah, I was there. I translated.
Yeah, basically, you're my translator. Thanks.
I'm bilingual. Whatever.
Not to brag.
By the it was so hard just being there and like the training and everything and the summer league and all of that. But by the end of it,
there was a lot of trains.
What?
Nothing.
But by the end of it, I finished and I got like this award at the end because they gave out like 3 awards for the summer league, and like just at the end of that whole experience doing that was probably like my moment where I was just sitting there in my hotel room by myself, just thinking, wow, like you're just in shock of everything, and you just like want to share it with people. So I'm like just calling people back home, being like, I just did this. Can you believe it? Like, I don't know what to do.
I never got a phone call.
I was there and I didn't get anything.
But yeah, that's mine.
Epic. Bert?
But it's just like once you work
nothing.
for something for so long and for so many years, and like it's just a crazy feeling.
Well, actually, that's not true. I do have something.
Let's go. He's got one.
Yeah, I just thought of something.
I have one. For me, it's super hype, but I think it's going to be a boring story.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird to
off.
talk about yourself in that way. I don't really like talking about those things.
Mine happened last year. I was taking Calc 1, and the first day of class, I walked in, and the professor was like, "All right, guys, I'm going to give you a quiz that's graded." And it being the first day of class, I was obviously not ready for a test, so I bombed it.
He cried.
So I bombed it, got like an F on it.
Nice.
And then that test weighed so much in the grade book that the entire semester I was climbing from an F to a D to finally a C. And then when I took the final, my grade was at a 69 in the class, and you need a 70.
I think I remember when this happened.
And I spent like 2 weeks leading up to the final, like 4 days a week. I was in the library 8 hours a day, like just trying to study and like learn.
That's horrible.
Bad. And then
wait, so
then
is that a college thing? Because that happened in my school too, where you needed a 70 to pass, which is kind of insane. Yeah, I also had that happen.
So then
70s.
I took the final and I went home because like they kick you off campus once you finish your finals.
And he got 70 exactly.
So then I was driving home and we stopped at Sonny's barbecue to get food. And we were
okay.
As we were sitting down, I got the Canvas notification saying grades are finalized and uploaded.
You know it's a real story when you remember like useless details.
Yeah.
We stopped at a Sonny's barbecue.
And I was like, I got the Canvas notification saying grades are finalized. Have a nice summer. And I looked and I somehow got a B in the class.
Wow.
And I got like an A on the final. It was insane.
What a story.
That is awesome.
Man, now imagine that.
And now he's in Calc 2 getting fucked all over.
Now it's restarting because of Calc 2.
Now imagine that, but do it for 10 years and then get your B or whatever. Like you did it for like 9 months in the library.
No, like 2 weeks, 8 hours a day, 4 days a week.
Oh, I thought you were saying that was like well, you started the semester with a F.
I spent towards the crunch study time.
Oh yeah.
Really
but I'm just saying, like you had to crawl up back from an F.
Yeah, spent the entire semester failing, and I couldn't tell like my parents because they just wouldn't understand.
Yeah, that's another thing.
So sometimes like my parents,
you're literally in that shit by yourself. Like you don't like nobody understands it unless they're actually there, like going through it.
Yeah.
When you're like or trying to do something and you're the only one that gets it and the only one that sees like the end of the tunnel, and sometimes you don't even see it, but you're just still going because you just can't
I thought
stop.
I was gonna fail.
Yeah, and it's just
That's my whole life.
you just got to keep going. Anyway, what's yours?
For me, mine was toxic because I have in my job, because I'm a professional,
Show off.
I develop software. And when I first started working here in like the place that I'm working at, the idea was to create this software for them to use to track their inventory, things like that or whatever. And I built out like an early version of it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's pretty good or whatever. Could we get it on a tablet?" And I was like, "Probably." That probably was so toxic to say. It took me months to get that to work on a tablet. So long to get it on that tablet.
I would. Oh my gosh! Yeah. Actually, yeah, that would be hard.
Man.
I spent I would have to do my normal work because this is the toxic part about it. The problem with getting it on a tablet is that it takes a lot of work and it's no actual progress that's visible to anyone using it. It's going to work the exact same as it does on a computer, but I have to spend multiple months getting it to work on a tablet for no benefit in performance or features or anything.
The user doesn't see the progress you're making, so then they're like, "You're not doing anything."
Exactly. And I remember I was in Indianapolis in a hotel room as well. Pretty funny. It was probably like 3 or 4 a.m. I was just sitting there doing my nightly thing, putting my 4 or 5 hours in after my normal day of work, where I just devoted it to the tablet thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, and I was like brainless, like where you're just doing something, you're staring at the screen, you're doing something, trying something, crashed, didn't work, trying something, and then it just worked. And then I was like, what?
What did I do?
I'm like, I don't know how it's working. I need to find out how it's working. I was so scared because I didn't know how it was working. But apparently, because I wasn't like paying attention to what I was doing because I had been going for so long, and it was something I did every single night for multiple hours.
Yeah, like you weren't expecting to crack the Da Vinci Code that night.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, it's actually like when it popped up on the tablet and it didn't crash, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
making piles of no errors. You're like,
what the hell? Yeah. So that was my hype moment. I was like speechless, literally speechless.
That's awesome though.
It was so exciting to me. Then I told everyone and they're like, cool. And then I moved on because no one cared.
Brutal.
That's the life of a software engineer.
Yeah. Well, I would have cared.
Yeah. I might have messaged you, honestly.
I don't remember.
I think I did. Because you're the only one that I would message about something like that. It was hype for me, though. I mean, like, it worked without crashing. I still had to resize some things, but it worked enough.
Yeah, well, once it works enough, then you can figure out, like, why it's working, and then it's like, you're good.
Exactly. Anything else anyone wants to say, though, about Gran Turismo?
My favorite scene was when they started playing his music, and he got all mad.
Oh, yeah, and they pissed him off.
Yeah. When he's listening to some Kelly G, Squidward would be jealous.
Is that what Squidward listens to?
Yeah. There was a whole episode where they made, like, they went to, like, Kelly G's concert, or equivalent of.
I don't remember that, but that sounds, like, pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm glad we all have hype moments like that, though. That's pretty cool.
Mine's restarting. I have to do it all over again.
I really like mine because, and you know what's even more toxic about that now? Now everyone's telling me, I think it would be better on a computer.
I was thinking that when you were showing it to me, I was like, a touchscreen seems like it would be hard eventually.
Well, that's why I didn't do it at first. But then they're like, do it on the tablet. And I was like, all right. And eventually I did it. And then now I'm hearing the opposite.
What would be cool?
Unfortunate.
If you made a program that would like just like let you view information and display it on the tablet.
Yeah. Anyways, is that it about Gran Turismo?
Yeah.
Did you guys say your ratings? I don't think so.
Oh, my rating? Did I say it?
No, you didn't.
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
I gave it a 7. 7 out of 10.
Mine, I will say 8 out of 10.
Let's go. This is the first time I'm not the lowest.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, that's true.
I think 7's reasonable as well, though. So
yeah, I gave
I
it a
don't
7.
have a complaint or anything.
All right, let's transition now from movies. Let's go. We started playing Baldur's Gate, so let's talk about that.
Here's a question to start it off.
Okay.
Have either of you actually played D&D ever?
I have seen videos of campaigns being
I have
done.
never played.
Okay. So, since you haven't played D&D before, I guess you don't understand this, but this game is literally exactly like playing D&D, but with you don't have to like picture things, which is awesome.
That's cool.
It's so cool.
It's like reading when
That's
a
pretty
book
cool.
has a good movie adaptation.
Yeah, it's like to have something that it's like this, like as we're playing, I'm like, that is exactly how it works. That's what happens. That's how you play the game. They did it right.
I love
Good
the
game.
I'm guessing I
Unheard
guess
of.
this is a D&D thing, but I love the dice rolling mechanic thing for like dialogue choices and stuff.
Even
And,
when
like,
you're
skill
walking
checks.
around and dices are randomly rolling, you're like, what the heck's happening?
Yeah, I like
love
that a
it.
lot. The whole skill check thing or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's cool.
This game, so this is something for me that I think I love in all games, and I think only one game, now 2 with Baldur's Gate, has actually pulled it off in a way that I think matters. Random encounters can take a game to a god tier level,
Yes.
and the only other time I thought of it as this awesome was Red Dead 2, where like random encounters are actually like they're just random encounters that can happen or can't happen, but they actually matter more than just like some bullshit thing that distracts you for a couple minutes, you know?
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
one.
How many hours would you say that we have in it so far?
I can check.
Yeah, it's
I
probably
think we're at like
3.
5.
No, I mean, that long, really?
Yeah, I think it's
think
up to
so.
5.
6.2
Checking right now.
according to my Steam.
Yep. But you have a little more than us.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so
5.7.
yeah, so about 5.
So 6
5 and a
hours.
half, 6 hours. Which is really nothing. That's literally nothing for this game. This game
Yeah,
is
and it's an
massive.
hour of character creation.
Yeah,
This game, the scale and the scope are crazy. Like we've
this
played.
is one of those games that's going to take a while to beat.
Oh yeah, this is
So-
going to take hundreds of hours.
Hey, back on the random encounter thing, Bert, do you want to explain our random encounter
Oh my
from the other
god,
day?
I've never had a random encounter quite like this one.
I want
Which
Bert
one?
to explain it though.
It was like-
The
How do
barn.
you not? Do you really have to ask which one?
The barn.
The barn.
Yeah, the barn was bad. We were.
Go ahead, explain this thing. This was crazy.
But you explain it right. Remember, you weren't there and you rushed
Okay,
over.
so
once
I'm
we
going to
told
explain
you.
this entirely from my perspective.
All right, go
Mhm,
go.
mhm.
So I was running around, like I was trying to find where we like the objective. They were behind me a bit. They found like this barn, and they were like, "Bert, there's a sex scene," and I'm like, "I'm on my way." So then I get there, and
What
it's
the
just
heck?
He got
like,
there fast.
yeah. So then I get
You're
over
leaving
there.
out some key details.
He hasn't
Well,
gotten there yet. He doesn't know.
Yeah. So
Okay,
then I get
okay,
over there
okay.
to see what all the commotion's about, and to my
Yeah, that's why you were there.
unfortunate discovery, it was.
To his dismay.
Yeah, it was like a fucking beluga whale. It was like a boomer from Left 4 Dead.
It was
yes,
like a
it was
boomer
like
from Left
that.
4 Dead.
Like that's like the only thing that was in my brain.
And then I think it was an orc.
Yeah, and
I
then
don't
it
know
was like
what the fuck the thing was though. That thing was huge.
I don't know. It was insane.
Completely naked, in the middle of it. And then we're sitting there in the dialogue, and Bert goes, "Say, can I join you?"
I didn't say that.
Yeah, the dialogue.
No,
options
because
are
I
like,
didn't
can I
trigger the
join
dialogue.
or what were they?
Yeah, but you told him to say it.
Oh, I voted for it because I knew my opinion didn't matter.
I don't even know
Yeah.
what we said, but whatever we said
ended up
pissed them
fighting
off,
them.
and we ended up having to kill them. So,
Yeah.
but if you ask me, that's a
Unfortunate.
service to the world because
Yeah,
whatever they were creating did not ever need to see the light of
yeah.
day.
Their genes
Oh.
don't need to be spread.
No mixing.
No
Yeah,
mooching.
that fucking monster thing though was huge.
I couldn't believe that. That was so funny.
It was gross.
It was gross. Yeah, that was legitimately gross.
It was gross. Yeah, but that was hilarious.
It was like in retrospect, it's funny.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
one
such
thing
a
I wanted
fun
to talk
game.
about the game. This is something because we all did it. The character creator. I really like that. That's probably one of the better character creation menus and like experiences that I've had, especially for an
That's
RPG.
exactly how you write out your D&D character sheet.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it works.
There's like there's a lot of classes to choose from. There's like 6 or 7 races also to choose from.
But
I'm
you have
happy
to
they
keep in
explained
mind
everything to you in the menu. That was
everything's pretty easy to
that's true.
explain or easy to read and easy
like if you
to
don't know
understand.
D&D, you could figure this game out.
Yeah,
But
like
you
me,
have to
I don't
keep
know
in
anything
mind,
about
though,
D&D.
you have to keep in mind that 90, 95, 99% of all video game RPGs derive from the D&D tabletop game.
I'd
That's
imagine.
what started everything.
Yes, yeah, that's something I didn't know,
I think I knew that.
but I can understand the resemblance.
This is like the OG RPG.
Yeah,
Why it's so
there's
good.
At least the
with
original
the character
popular
creator,
one.
the subclasses within the classes like that. I've never played a game that had that much like detail and importance in everything that you
Has
do.
some.
I think we could each say that we each had our subclass in our class like contribute and matter to something within the story and within our like adventure so far. Which
Yeah.
I don't know how
And
many
it
other
feels
games you
like
can say
it's-
that for.
Like, compare it to Fallout, it's the difference between, you can get more money or you can not have this person fight you. I feel like it's actual important things that happen.
Yeah, you can
Not
either
just like...
give them money, negotiate with them.
Yeah. We would have to
Where in this
replay
game,
like
it's
certain
like-
things to see like the differences, but from like
Yeah.
how
But
it
it definitely
makes it,
feels like it actually matters.
yeah, I was going to say that too. It feels like what the choices that we made would be pretty different if we made different ones.
Even the
That makes
choices you
sense.
make
Or a
outside
different class.
cutscenes matter. Because like
Yeah,
I
that
was
too.
walking around when we first started, and I was just opening chests, not taking anything. But the act of me opening them like ruined my reputation.
That happens in other
And-
games too, though.
Yeah,
You know what? You know what blew me away? Like off the start of the game, the dialogue, like in-engine gameplay cutscene things, or for every single dialogue, insane.
yeah.
I heard that. I saw something saying that every single piece of dialogue that cutscene is mocapped.
That's
Wow,
really
that
cool.
had to take
Damn,
hours and hours.
Poor
and hours.
voice actors and mocap actors.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. And another thing with the dialogue, which I've never seen anything like this. You
The
can
narrator.
well, the narrator is cool. I do like that. But I'm talking about the group dialogue where you can all experience the dialogue like in the cinematic
Or
way
not, if you
together.
don't want to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like one person can be having a dialogue with a character, even if it's like a main quest thing, and another character, another group in your friend group can be doing something completely different.
Like, well,
yeah.
You know?
And you know what's really cool about that too is that you talk to people per character. So like if you went and talked to someone and did all this shit and talked to them, and then I go and talk to them, they're like, "Oh, I've never met you before because I'm a different character."
that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Which is
that's
I
a
actually
big
didn't know
difference,
that.
too.
I never tested that.
Yeah, that I think is awesome.
Can I say
That's so cool.
one thing I like about the game, and it's kind of small, but I don't really notice it too often, was the cutscene, like the pre-rendered ones, were actually 60 FPS instead of 30.
That's true.
Like a
yeah.
lot, like Destiny
Pretty
2,
awesome.
every cutscene in that game is 30 FPS, and it's like, it doesn't look good.
Well, to be fair though, this is the opposite of how most games go. This was built for PC and is being ported to console, not the other way around.
True.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that
don't know.
either.
I just feel like cutscenes, like it's like a video, like 60 FPS, at least on PC.
Yeah. No, I agree for sure.
But that is
So
cool
far-
that they're building it.
So
first.
far, from what we've experienced, would you say that it's on its way to living up to the hype, or what do you guys think?
I do think it's on its way.
It has my interest, which is good because it's hard for me to find games.
I love that they have a narrator to make it feel exactly like D&D.
I do like the narrator also. And it provides like a good context because I would have no idea what's going on without the narrator, so it helps a lot.
Yeah, not only that, but that's literally how D&D works. That's your DM, you know? Like,
it's cool.
It's so awesome.
I like all the attention D&D's been getting between Baldur's Gate and the movie that came out.
And I think Stranger Things really brought it back.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I want to see the D&D movie. Now I have an interest in it, whereas I didn't before.
The movie is really good.
The movie was, it was just good.
Yeah, it was good.
Isn't the movie based off a campaign that like the actors went through?
Yeah, so the actors played a campaign, and that's what the movie is.
That is a great way to think of a
very like don't even need writers, just
they got them together. They all played through it, played a game.
They still need
writers. Then they made a movie out of it. Yeah, I mean, depends how good the DM is.
Okay, I think does anybody have anything else about that? I mean, we've only played 5 hours, so I mean, we've like scratched the surface pretty much. There's still so much.
I don't know
if
you guys have played any of their other games, being Divinity, Original Sin 1 and 2. But you can see that this game is like the culmination of everything they've worked on.
Who is it that worked on it?
Larian.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to let's give them their props.
Yeah. So Divinity 2, great game, very similar, but like the like increase in quality from Divinity Original Sin 2, which was also a very loved game, to this game is huge. Like, there's no voice acting to the characters in Divinity. You talk to them, a thing of text comes up. The combat's pretty much the same though, but like, you know, I don't know if you guys know anything about this studio, but Divinity, their games before this, are pretty much their version of D&D, like same kind of thing, you know, it's a fantasy world, different classes, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And for Divinity 1, they were actually trying to raise money just to make it, because they're like, man, we really want to make a D&D type game.
Look at them now.
That people can enjoy. And then they've just built on that engine with Divinity 1, Divinity 2, and now they're making a real D&D game and everyone loves it.
It's cool to see the culmination of like their years of work and like past projects coming together.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's something that doesn't... What?
That's a pretty cool through line to see.
Yeah, and then they pumped out the best reviewed game ever.
And I think it's something that doesn't happen in gaming a lot anymore, where people don't like improve on the last one. Like, look at Call of Duty, right?
It's been the same game for the past...
It's the same game pretty much.
I think that's
every time, or they go a different way. Or if you look at Halo, it's, oh, this game came out, that didn't work, let's start from scratch and try something different. Whereas their games, Divinity 1 to Divinity 2, same type of game, improved where it needed to be. Divinity 2 to Baldur's Gate, improved where it needed to be. And I think that's why people are like, this is unrealistic, we can't do that. They made this game in 4 years, but they didn't really, because every other game they made was leading them here. It's not like they just sat down from scratch and made Baldur's Gate. Every other one of their games was a step towards it.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And them learning how to make like their own engine and stuff, like you were saying.
Because if you go play Divinity 2, the combat's the same thing. Like, they had that done already.
Yeah, I think a part of why like game studios struggle to improve is because they're afraid to innovate too. So like Call of Duty, they just play it safe. Yes, exactly.
They just want guaranteed profit. They don't want to be like, oh, what if we make this new IP?
Yeah, they don't step out of their comfort zone and try and make something different or creative or like new. They just stick to what they know works, which is
I
the
think
definition
another
of Call
problem
of Duty. Which Call of Duty's not a good example, but yeah.
I think another problem with that is when people want to try something new, they shove it into an existing IP that it shouldn't be in, when they should just make a new IP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably easier said than done, but yeah, you're right.
But like, obvious, like Halo is so different from original Halo, and they're like, I want to try this new thing, and they try it in Halo. It's like, just make a different thing. Like, your games aren't bad. People would probably like them if it wasn't Halo, you know?
Yeah, when you have a big, like, a really popular IP, like something like a Halo, then it makes it harder, because your margin for error is a lot more slim, because you have such, like, a rabid fan base that
I don't think margin
they're going to be way more critical.
Is the right word. I feel like you're, like, the ability for them to try new things is limited.
Yeah.
Because they can't offend the established fans.
Yes, that's what makes it harder.
It gets tough. Basically, though, Baldur's Gate rocks so far. We'll see how it goes. The story is interesting so far.
Yeah, I'm interested in the story too.
Me too.
We're definitely going to keep playing. So
out.
we'll be giving updates as we continue in our our Baldur's Gate journey.
Pretty much.
All right, let's move on now. I think we're getting towards the end here. We have this. We've got an MCU segment that we want to hit. So we're mostly in agreement, I think, about how the MCU is, I guess it's not as good as it was, or like that's like the narrative going around like the internet and like fans of the MCU, how the MCU is dying and all of that stuff. So I thought that we should compare Phase 1 of the MCU which is the beginning of the Infinity Saga, to Phase 4 of the MCU, which is the beginning of the Multiverse Saga. And let's see if it's really as bad as people say it is, or are we just being way too critical and we're living off of nostalgia?
So I'm looking at your list that you have, like where it shows them next to each other, and I'm realizing that Phase 1 was not that good.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Phase 1 gets so much love because of Iron Man in the first Avengers movie, but if you look down the rest of that list...
Everything else was pretty mid or shit.
Yeah, and what are we saying about this list? We have like 2 or 3 bangers from Phase 4, and then a bunch of stuff that's mid.
Well, see, the problem is that it's
Phase
so
4.
Saturated. There's just so many mid things.
Yeah. The problem with Phase 4 compared to Phase 1 is it's like more than twice as many things. So there's more bad things.
Yes, so it makes it
the
look
percentage might be the same.
And it's over a shorter amount of time.
I think the Disney Plus series are the biggest problem, because if you look at the movies that came out, there's only one more movie. But yet you have
I'm actually looking at the movies, and there's 2 bangers in Phase 4. Phase 1 also has 2 bangers, so...
Yeah.
3 bangers.
And...
No.
So, all right, let's go through Phase 1. Let's go through Phase 1.
Phase 1 bangers, in my opinion, Iron Man 1 and Avengers. Everything else is mid.
All right, let me lay out what we got in Phase 1. And this is the order that they came out in. So we got Iron Man, the original Iron Man. That's jump-started the MCU. We've got the Incredible Hulk, which it's
actually better than I think people.
It's better than people give it credit for. It's got a different actor. It's got I'm blanking on his name now. It's not Mark Ruffalo
Edward
anymore.
Norton.
Yes, Edward Norton. Okay, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, the first Avenger, which is the first Captain America, and then the original Avengers movie. Out of that,
I do not like the first Thor at all.
Yeah, I don't like the first Thor. I think it's boring. It's one of my... I just smacked the hell out of my mic right there. But it's one of my least favorite movies in the MCU as a whole. So right there, Phase 1 already has one of the worst ones.
Yeah, but Phase 4 has the worst one. Which is also
a Thor movie. Let's keep that in mind. And then for the Multiverse Saga, for Phase 4, we got Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever. Okay. So, we agree. Iron Man, banger.
Great.
Hulk,
decent.
It's okay. Iron Man 2, I don't like. It's mid.
It was okay.
Probably the worst of that. It's the worst of the trilogy, I think.
Definitely the worst Iron Man, but I think it's mid.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you mid. Thor, dog shit. I think it's horrible.
Bad.
I don't think it's dog shit, but I think it's bad.
First Avenger, it's probably
Mid.
like the definition of mid. It's okay. And then Avengers, banger.
Great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're averaging, you have one shit one, two mid ones, and two good ones. So you're averaging above good.
Yeah. So the phase 4 and phase 1 are a lot closer than I think people give them credit for. We've got two good ones
if
in
you
4,
ignore
two
the
good
shows.
ones in 1.
Only if you ignore the shows.
That's where the problem is, the
But
shows.
you can't ignore them because they're canon, and now there's being
Yeah,
movies based off of the shows.
But Love and Thunder is so bad, it counts for like 3 bad ones.
Love and Thunder is very bad. It's so much worse than the original Thor.
Yeah, and I don't like the original Thor.
Yeah, that's true. I'd rather watch Thor 1.
But
I'd rather watch
no
Dark
way-
World.
Here's what I think. Black Widow is super mid. Shang-Chi, great.
I
like
actually
Iron
really
Man
like
1
Black
level,
Widow.
great.
Black Widow,
Eternals, I think, is okay. It's a
Black-
little bit better than
Black Widow came out too late.
yes, Black Widow came. It was just doomed to fail. Black Widow just came out at the worst possible time.
Should have came out before. Like it should have
It came out right
between-
after Civil War. It would have been okay. It would have been a
Yeah.
lot better when it was supposed
Before she
to.
got
like, when it
killed
takes
off.
place.
I agree.
Yeah, it would have been much more.
No
like
Way Home is great.
No Way Home is great.
That was a good-
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness, I don't like
I
it.
thought it
I
was-
think it's okay, but I don't like it.
It had so much potential. The best parts of it are Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch. The whole Doctor Strange stuff, I don't really think it.
The
it
actors
really
were
hit.
good, but the story was kind of lacking.
Yeah, the story was kind of lackluster, and then the ending's not the best either.
Nothing's worse than Love and Thunder.
Then
The
yeah, Love and
goats, you
Thunder.
already
We're not even
know.
going to talk about that. That's horrible. And then Wakanda Forever, I think, is pretty good.
I think it's not good.
I think it's the tribute stuff is good.
Average. Yeah, that stuff's good, but I do not like his sister. I feel like she throws their country in the garbage, and then at the end she's like, never mind. And then everyone's like, all right, you're cool.
Well, I think she doesn't throw it in the garbage, but she's definitely more of a... She's definitely from a different generation compared to T'Challa.
Yeah, I mean...
They're totally different.
My favorite character in that movie is, what's her, Okoye, I think is her name.
The
Yeah.
guard.
That's my favorite character in that movie.
I like
She's
Okoye.
the best
You like
part.
her.
She's awesome.
Her mom, Queen Ramonda, gives a great performance too. Angela Bassett.
Mhm.
The mom is
How-
really good in that. And we get Namor. I think Namor is one of the better
Oh,
villains
actually,
of the
I-
MCU.
yeah.
Didn't they?
Namor is
looks-
the best character.
I did not like the way he looked. Like I know he looks
literally
like how he
looks
did
exactly
in the
how he
comics,
looks in the comics. Yeah.
but I just didn't like. I don't know. I didn't like him.
Hey, here's my question. Do his wings grow back, or is he just permanently grounded now?
I think they'll probably grow back.
I don't like how they
All right.
said that vibranium made him a mutant. Like if that's the direction.
What?
Like they implied that the vibranium is what gave them all their powers.
Oh, yeah, they do somewhat.
I don't
imply
like-
that. They say
I
like
hope
the
they don't do
vibranium
that.
in the water. The vibranium in the water is kind of like what jump started their civilization. So they're basically the Wakanda underwater.
Well,
thing.
they there was like vibranium, like plants that grew from vibranium. They ate the plant.
yeah.
Changed their DNA.
Hmm. Either way, I loved him, but the rest of the movie was just okay. So yeah, I guess I'd say it's decent.
Yeah.
That's
All right, let's
fair.
get into the shows because this is where I think things get really bad.
Okay.
I think the shows are just what kills it and what puts such a bad taste in people's mouth. So we got WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, What If, and then we got they're like one-shot specials. So we got Werewolf by Night, Guardians Holiday Special, and then the mini-series, the little animated, or not animated, the mini-series of I Am Groot.
You skipped Hawkeye.
Did I? Well, Hawkeye too.
That's the best one.
That's a controversial take. I don't think people like Hawkeye.
I didn't like him either until that show.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
true.
talking
That
about
show
him,
made
I'm
me
talking
like
about
him
the
as
show.
a character more.
It definitely builds his character out, and he's more likable. But of the shows, you probably only really have
3 good ones.
3 good ones, maybe 3. I like WandaVision, I like Loki, and I like... Damn, these are pretty bad. I don't even know if I got another one.
You don't like
Loki,
Hawkeye?
Moon Knight, What If?
I like
Werewolf
Hawkeye,
by
I
Night.
guess, but I don't think it's as good as WandaVision or Loki.
I hate the first 2 episodes of WandaVision,
That's
but
just
then
a style
I think it's
choice.
really good.
Yeah, that's just a style choice. You just don't like the black and white stuff.
The last part, the last like 4 episodes or 5 or whatever, really good. I love that.
I agree.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so super duper mid.
It had
Oh
good
my God.
moments. I liked some of the moments in it.
Loki, great.
I agree. Loki was really good.
Mm-hmm.
She-Hulk,
She-Hulk was
been
shit.
putting it off.
I hate it.
I've been putting it off.
I'm a She-Hulk defender. I like She-Hulk. I don't actually think it's that bad.
I just lost a significant amount of respect for you.
I'm putting it off. That's the only one I haven't seen.
I think I'm the only person that actually looks at She-Hulk for what it is. It's not supposed to be this amazing, great show. It's literally a courtroom drama.
You're not
it's
supposed
But the courtroom
to
drama
guys.
is shit. It's not even written.
It's not.
good.
It's not a courtroom drama. It's not a courtroom
She's
drama.
a lawyer. They couldn't even get the lawyer
comedy.
part right.
What do you mean? They show us all kinds of stuff. I think they
But
should have
none of
gone
it's
even more
accurate.
in. What do you mean? How's it not accurate?
Like the court, like the first episode when she was in the courtroom, just wasn't like how a court case would be. Like I don't know. It just didn't feel right.
Okay, but yet the fact that she turns green and 7 feet tall is cool. That's the part that bothers you.
Well, like if you're gonna I can suspend that disbelief because there's Hulks in in this world, superheroes are a thing, but the law doesn't change.
There's Hulks all over the place.
He's like, okay, Bird is a defender of the law.
The
He's like,
law
once you start
is the
fucking
law.
with the law, then we
But,
got
like,
a problem.
It would be implied, but it just didn't feel like a courtroom. It just felt like a joke.
I guess personally,
I think
I've
maybe
never
that's
been
why
to
I
court,
liked it, because I
guys,
knew it was
so-
a joke.
It felt like a comedy skit of a courtroom, which I don't like. I don't know. Just wasn't a fan.
I don't know. I've never been to court, so
Yeah. Well, I'm going to defend She-Hulk. I actually don't mind it. It's not great, but it's enjoyable to me.
haven't seen it.
I don't like how they spat in Bruce Banner's face.
I didn't like that. I'll admit that part I didn't like. Another controversial one that I got, Moon Knight. I don't think Moon Knight.
Wait.
I don't think Moon Knight's that good. I think Moon Knight's the most overrated of the shows.
I didn't like it because
I
it
don't
was
think it's
Marvel.
amazing.
I just thought it was a cool.
I love the character. Yeah, Oscar Isaac's good. I just think the show
I
is
don't
just
think
poorly
Moon Knight's
done.
amazing, but I did think it was good. I thought the CG was pretty bad. More mid than bad. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't.
Yeah, that's the case for all these shows. It's not on there, but that's because it's not in this phase. But
You know what for me is the most disappointing one though? Ms. Marvel, because the first 1 or 2 episodes are so fire.
I think
really
so
good.
too. Yeah,
Then she
know what you're
goes
gonna
off
say.
to wherever she goes, and then it sucks for the rest of the show.
it's because of this 6-episode stupid ass format that they have to do with these Disney Plus shows. The 6 episodes thing kills it because the pacing is so fucked. Because these shows were supposed to be movies that they would never be able to make, so they just turn them into shows, and so it doesn't pace like a movie should, because they're built to be movies, not built to be TV shows. So the pacing gets all fucked up. That's why some of these
I don't
shows are
know.
not good. Like Falcon Winter Soldier struggles from it.
Why don't they write that in mind?
Exactly. That's what they should do, because I don't know. They're not well written and well structured. Moon Knight
Ms.
struggles
Marvel
from it.
just
They all have the
disappoints
same
me.
big CGI fight scenes at the end and all kinds of crazy stuff going on at the end of the episodes. And then everything's all rushed up and finished, and it feels like nothing even mattered by the end.
Is Secret Invasion not part of Phase 4?
It's not.
I didn't know that.
At least I don't think it is. But if it is on there, it's another mid. I
Anyways,
think
back
Secret
to moving
Invasion
on. The best one, Hawkeye is so good.
I like Hawkeye.
That
It was a good
because the when the shows were first starting to come out, the basic point of them was to replace Avengers. We're getting the new squad in. And Hawkeye, I think, is the only one where I like the replacement more than the original.
Yeah, Kate Bishop is cool. I like her. And Haley Steinfeld does a good job.
I like the actress.
That's why I think I like Hawkeye so much. Like, That was such a good show.
Yeah. I don't like what they did with the Kingpin.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. I know that, but I don't like how I guess it happens sometimes in the comics, but I just don't personally like it how he's just super strong and like he doesn't have powers, but yet he's super strong and super durable and just can take explosions to his face.
He has that big boy
You'd
strength.
rather him have the head in the middle of his chest like Spider-Verse?
That's a good point. Okay, so let's wrap this up.
That's how Bert looks in real life.
Surprise.
Like Spider-Verse Kingpin.
Damn.
Did you guys like or see the two 1 hour specials, the Werewolf by Night and Guardians holiday thing?
I saw the Guardians one.
I saw the werewolf one, but I don't remember.
Oh man, those are good. I genuinely really like those. And it's because they were written and they were created in a way that they knew what the format was. They knew these were 1 hour specials.
Well, they also didn't have to like they had like complete like liberty to do whatever they wanted. They didn't have to.
Yeah, and they're very self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
They also trolled Bucky in the Guardians one for whoever has to write his next movie.
Yeah, because now that will be something that will piss people off if they don't explain that. Because now his arm is just on nowhere for some reason. However they got that. All right, so
I just hope they don't just go like, yeah, he took a fake and then brush it off.
Yeah, right. Anyway, let's finish this up by what is your final kind of like rate Phase 1 and Phase 4, just the movies. Give them a rating out of 5. What would you give Phase 1?
The whole phase?
Yeah, Phase 1. Just the movies.
Probably like a 3.
Me too. I was thinking a 3 as well.
Okay, now what would you do Phase 4? Just the movies.
A 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
A 3
They're
only
very
because of
similar.
No Way Home. But
Yeah,
if you take
if
away
No Way Home
it'd be a
wasn't
2
there,
or
you'd
1.
only have Shang-Chi.
You can say the same thing for Phase 1. You take
Wait.
out the Avengers and it's
No, if you get
ass.
rid of the Avengers, I still say it's a 3.
that's
The thing
crazy.
is, I
the
still
Avengers is
think-
so good.
I know.
I still think First Avenger is better than all of the bad ones of Phase 4.
Yeah.
Let me see. First Avenger, you think Eternals is bad?
I don't like it.
I think it's mid, but I think First Avengers is better.
First Avengers or First Avenger?
First Avenger.
Okay. I don't know. I liked Eternals. A lot of people hate on Eternals.
I liked it, but
I might take it over First Avenger, honestly. I think First Avenger is better than Black Widow. It's not better than Shang-Chi. Not better than No Way Home. Probably better than Multiverse of Madness. Definitely better than Love and Thunder.
It's like this for me. First Avenger is about the same as Wakanda Forever for quality.
Yeah.
I say that's fair. All right, well,
But
I think,
just so good. Avengers
I think if
and
you
Iron Man 1.
just look at the movies, the phases are pretty even. They're pretty well. They square up pretty nicely.
It's not as one-sided as many people think it is.
Yeah, I don't
but
think
the shows.
But the shows definitely kill the phase. Like if you bring
Yeah,
in
the
the shows
shows
to a
hurt it.
factor,
Well, not only that, but also these movies came out in less time. I feel like.
yeah. Like how long was Phase 1 over?
Let's
many
see.
years
Iron Man
did-
came out in 2008.
2007 to 2012.
Yeah.
2008 to 2012, I think.
So 4 years. This one's what, 2 or 3, right?
Yeah,
I think
something
it's
like
2, yeah.
that. And look at all the stuff that's coming out.
And even without the shows, that's more movies in less time. Then you had the shows on.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think it shows.
That's why I feel like that's why people are saying it's so bad. It's because
It definitely
so
is.
many stuff coming out and none of it's
But
really
I think if you look at the
noteworthy.
big picture stuff, Phase 4 did a lot of the same things that Phase 1 did. We got the beginnings of a team, and we got the introduction of multiple new characters, whether it be like legacy replacements like Shuri for T'Challa, or we got Shang-Chi, and we got the Eternals, and we got Spider-Man becoming his own like real hero finally.
Yeah, finally Spider-Man, not like Iron Spider or whatever.
So we got, and then with the shows, they gave us
It's Barnacle Man.
they gave us the new Hawkeye, which is good. They gave us Miss
Better than the
Marvel,
old
She-Hulk. So I mean, they gave us a lot of the similar things that Phase 1 did. They set the groundwork for.
But they did it with much
a lot
less
of those
and
people
much
are
better.
coming from shows.
Yeah, like it's like Phase 1 is just the movies, and if you watch just the movies, you'll understand enough of what's happening. But for Phase 4,
But
you need
look
to
at it
watch
this
the
way.
movies, the shows. Like it's too like it's
I mean,
a lot for people to watch.
But look at it this way: if you,
like, you watch
Definitely
it
is a lot.
because you watch it because you like Marvel.
look at it this way, though, guys, the new characters introduced from movies is only Shang-Chi. That's it.
Yeah,
Miss Marvel.
the Eternals, I guess.
She's from a TV show.
Yeah, but she's going to be in a movie.
Not in Phase 4, though.
Yeah, not in Phase 4, but she's going to be in a movie, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because her character was introduced.
But she wasn't
in a TV
introduced
show.
there.
Yeah,
So,
that's
if
fair.
you want to see why she's like there.
Shang-Chi is the only one that was introduced in a movie. Unless, like, yeah, I guess you could say the Eternals, but
We haven't seen.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
it then, you know?
Yeah.
I guess that girl that Thor took in eventually
Oh, his
as
daughter,
well.
or his adopted daughter
that
now.
show's so bad. Such a bad movie.
Yeah. All right, that's enough of that. Let's see. We're getting towards the end now.
I think we're in our wrap-up
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, this is
Life
the
updates.
wrap-up of the episode.
And our homework.
Yeah, homework I did bad
And
this
I'm the
time.
only one who finished.
Yeah, I didn't finish Spy Family. I didn't even move on from where I'm at. I'm still at the point where they're about to get a dog. But I didn't have any way to
love that
I didn't
dog.
have any way to watch it for a while, so that's why. But it will definitely be done by the next episode for sure.
I've watched a couple more episodes of Secret Invasions. I still haven't finished it yet.
You start off your Secret Invasion update, because I've finished it, and I don't want to go past where you are.
Yeah, give me a little update, Bert. What have you just recently seen?
Fury's married. His wife is a
Yeah,
betrayer.
Fury has a Skrull wife.
Yeah, that instantly betrayed him. At least what I'm seeing right now. The episode she was introduced, she's talking to the main bad guy.
Oh, is that when she's on the phone with
She goes
it's
to the
Rhodey,
bank
I
to get a
think.
gun. No,
Yeah, what's that? She couldn't hide it in her house somewhere. She had to go all the way to the bank.
What do you think about Rhodey so far?
I mean, I get why he's angry.
Do you think that he's a Skrull?
I don't know. I would say no, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if I had to say yes
Yeah.
or no, I would say no.
Have you seen the president yet?
Isn't the president the dude in the red tie?
I don't know.
I
That's
don't
pretty,
know.
That's pretty
He
broad.
might wear a tie sometimes.
Like the scroll president or something. Isn't one of the
No, I'm
like,
talking the president of the United States.
Yeah. No, I haven't then. I feel like I would
okay.
know.
Okay, yeah, you probably haven't seen it then.
I just saw the
I have a
council.
question,
like,
actually.
elect the dude as general.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, okay.
They all...
And,
Here's my
yeah,
question.
those guys are all Skrulls.
Because this doesn't make sense to me if it's not this way. Can Skrulls turn into anyone they see? Or do they have to, like,
Touch.
do something to someone to be able to turn into them?
No, once they see them, they can turn into them.
So then,
And why the hell do they not change more often? Like, what's her name, girl?
yeah,
Gaia?
Gaia?
Why is she not switching faces when she's doing stuff for Fury so that people don't know it's her?
The real world answer is so they don't have to pay multiple people, and they got Amelia Clark to do it, so you got to show Amelia Clark as much as you can. But
you'd think, like, if she's being an inside spy, she would quickly throw on a different face when she's doing some spy stuff.
that way if someone sees
would
her,
think.
it's not. She doesn't like, instantly exposed.
the in universe explanation is like the longer that they, which they just made this up for the show, but the longer that they stay as
The same
that
face.
particular person, the easier it is for them to disguise themselves, and the more that they blend in, like even other Skrulls start to not notice them. That's why they do it,
And then
apparently.
my other question is, these Skrulls have to be like god tier in their like attacks and stuff, because if they die, they turn back into scrolls.
Are they
and this guy's so like this guy's killing his own men in random forests and then just leaving the bodies there. Like, what if someone comes across this alien?
Well, that's because, I mean, the explanation is because they're on like a radiated nuclear power plant, so like humans can't even go in there, so they would never find it anyway.
I guess, but still, all their operations, that means they do zero casualties because they've never been caught.
Yeah, I guess they're pretty good at what they do.
Apparently.
Bert, did you ever get to the part with Gaia and Gravik?
I know she gets shot.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay, yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Gorilla?
Yeah. That's like kind of where I left off.
Is that the last episode you saw?
That's the last thing I remember. Like the last big thing.
Okay. So yeah, Gaia gets shot. She gets killed.
If only she would have been swapping faces more.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you have what, like 2 episodes left?
Yeah.
Or 3?
5 and 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's like 3 episodes. 6.
Okay, so you're like halfway. I think that halfway point is where it starts to go downhill.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Honestly though, I without spoiling anything, I've finished it and I didn't love it, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be.
I hated it.
Apparently is worse.
I
definitely think Falcon and the Winter Soldier is worse.
I think She-Hulk's better and Falcon and the Winter Soldier are better.
I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier is worse.
And somehow this show had a $212 million budget. Like, where did the money go?
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
CGI.
Emilia Clarke.
The CGI is ass. I don't know where the frick it went.
Well, it went there.
Man, it's so bad. All right.
Anyways, that's it for that.
Yeah, things that I've been up to. I started reading you got like volume 1 through 3 of the IDW series of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, apparently those are the fire ones.
Yeah, I read the first one and I'm like halfway through the second one. They are so good.
That's what I heard. That's why I bought them.
Yeah,
smart man.
You definitely got to read them. They are really good. They do such a good job of portraying the turtles. I love it.
Okay.
I'm gonna start reading it after I just wanted to finish The Last Ronin, but I still have 1 chapter left I haven't gotten to.
Okay, yeah. Finish that and then start the IDW series because it's really, really good. And they hit so many good storylines too, I think. Like, I already finished the first one, which is like the first maybe like 12 issues. Something like that. And the story arc is so good.
Nice.
Yeah, their origin is a lot different, though, than other stuff that I've seen. Not a lot different, but
yeah,
it is different.
I heard, from what I remember, is they were like reincarnated or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like Splinter is their dad in like feudal Japan.
And they were like executed.
Yeah, and they were all killed, and then he was killed, and they get resurrected. And Shredder gets resurrected, too, actually.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it is cool. Another thing I've been doing, I started playing, this game came out a long time ago, but I started playing Firewatch.
Great game.
Yeah,
I haven't played it, but I remember hearing it was good.
Awesome. It is good.
Kind of like a Journey type
visuals.
Game, if you've ever played Journey.
Yeah, it's like one of those narrative-driven games. Like, there's not a bunch of like crazy mechanics. Like, basically the premise is it's super story-driven. And even the beginning, I was like, wow, this is kind of dark. Because
the beginning made me cry.
It just gives you like, yeah, it didn't make me cry.
What a
but
baby.
It starts off really dark and like really emotional. And I was like, what the hell am I playing right now? And then I thought I was going to be like Forest Fire Simulator or something like more like that. But it's like really deep. So it's pretty cool. You should try it.
That's cool.
Kind of want to replay.
And it's super simple. Like it's like it reminds me a lot of like a Telltale game. It's a lot like that.
Right.
Like specifically the newer Walking Dead ones. Those ones. It plays a lot like that. There's not as much like frozen dialogue sections. Like everything's pretty.
Probably more like Life is Strange. Then,
yeah, it is.
Where there's more gameplay.
It very much is like
probably.
Life is Strange. That's why I like
it. The gameplay is so simple. It's all about the narrative and the story that's going on, and you're just in it.
You should try Life is Strange if that's the case. Life is Strange, I think, is a top tier like story driven game. Great soundtrack, one cringy character, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's all I've got left. So whatever you guys want to finish up with, go ahead.
I bought Immortals of Avium. Haven't played it.
I need to look at that.
But I want to. I bought Starfield. Haven't played it, but I want to.
Did you get like the early access version?
Yeah, but I just got my setup set up, so I haven't played anything. Of something that I actually have stuff to say about, though, I've watched 2 more episodes of Zom 100. I finished episode 3, and I really like it. I like it more like securely now. It wasn't just, oh, this is interesting, I might keep going. I think I'm going to finish it.
It got past that critical phase area.
That's what they say about anime. The 3rd episode is where you either drop or keep going.
Okay.
But the cool thing about it, which is like the main point of the show, there's this guy, like I told you, zombie apocalypse, the world's ending. The guy is the main character, and he's like still forming his squad at the point in time where I'm at, because I'm assuming there'll be multiple people hanging out with him. But there's the main 2 characters, it seems like, is this guy that I told you about last time, and this girl. And basically the thing is, this girl really wants to survive. She doesn't want to die. And she has like this journal of 100 things to help keep you alive in the apocalypse.
The rules.
Yeah, kind of. But then the guy also has a journal of 100 things, but instead of 100 things of how to survive, his list is 100 things I want to do before I die. Which I think is like a pretty cool dynamic between the 2 characters.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
That is pretty cool.
So he's like expecting to die and just trying to do these 100 things, where she's trying to stay alive.
Yeah, gotcha.
I bet by the end, they'll balance each other out in some way.
Yeah, maybe. I'll have to see, but
That'd be pretty cool.
I think it's cool because it's like different from your normal zombie thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What do you got, Bert?
I started playing Diablo 4 with my friend recently.
Okay.
And I like it.
Oh, you made a friend?
I've had friends. And it's pretty good. I've played Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. And so far, it's like a weird mix between the 2. At least when it comes to like
I've
the
played
skill
Diablo
trees.
3.
I don't know. It's pretty cool. I don't have too much to say. I'm not even through the first act yet.
I heard that it gets like super grindy in a bad way, but
Yeah, that's more end game.
They're not my kind of game. Like, I played Diablo 3 and I thought it was okay, but it was nothing crazy to me.
Okay, that's
fair.
cool. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, that brings us to the end then. I think that wraps up episode 4.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, if you guys have anything else to add.
Pretty well.
No.
Yeah, I think we had some mic problems
time,
earlier. Hopefully that wasn't too big of a problem, but we'll try and edit around it.
I think next time we're probably going to be talking about Starfield and Baldur's Gate again.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe.
I'm going to be traveling out of the country, so it's going to be a little hard for me to play things and see things, but you two will be able to carry more of the load and
I'll have
keep me updated on
Secret
stuff.
Invasion
Maybe I'll start Immortals of Avium.
Yeah, I will be able to. I'll still be up to date on like the series and all that stuff. More of like TV and movie stuff going on. So,
And both of you will finish your homework.
Yep, we'll finish that.
And next time we can assign new homework.
Yeah.
I'm free right now, baby. No homework for me.
Homework will be done by then, and maybe we'll keep doing this MCU thing, comparing the phases. Maybe we'll start moving on to the next one in a future episode. Once you guys finish, once Bert finishes Secret Invasion, we will give our ranking of the Disney Plus shows. So look forward to that. I think that's it.
I still have. Does that mean I have to watch
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, there's your homework. Watch She-Hulk.
Oh,
No,
get fucked.
I can't do that in a single 2-week span. I would need like 2 years.
Nah, you can do it.
This sucks.
All right. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to our previous episode and interacting with our polls and our questions.
Keep it salty, guys.
See you guys next time.
Yeah, for those of you that have consistently done it, thank you. And we'll see you guys next time.